Approaching his 6th year as president, George Washington remained the most beloved figure in America. His popularity and leadership would soon be put to the test, however, for a revolt was brewing in the stills of western Pennsylvania. In the summer of 1794, a group of 500 Pennsylvania rebels took up arms against a tax collector in protest of the so-called whiskey tax, a federal excise tax on domestically distilled spirits. In the process, the tax collector's Pittsburgh home was burned to the ground, and 2 of the rebels were killed. Within days, the Whiskey Rebellion escalated as the rebels' ranks swelled to 7,000 men. There was talk of several Pennsylvania counties seceding from the Union.
The rebels are saying this tax is just like the taxes that led to the American Revolution. What Washington says in answer to this is, this is very different because now we have representation. You had a representative in Congress when these laws came down. You lost that debate. Maybe you win the next one. But until that happens, you have to obey the laws that are on the books.
If the laws are to be trampled upon with impunity and a minority, a small one too, is to dictate to the majority, there is an end put at one stroke to Republican government.
Washington took the rebels' threats of secession seriously and dispatched his former aide-de-camp, Alexander Hamilton, and an army of 12,000 men over the Allegheny Mountains. The show of force worked to perfection. Despite their tough talk, most of the rebels scurried off into the Pennsylvania countryside before Hamilton and his men reached Pittsburgh. 150 arrests were made, and 3 of the rioters were tried for treason and sentenced to death. George Washington railed against the dangers of such uprisings, but in a display of compassion and political skill, he pardoned the condemned men. For the time being, talk of secession had been quieted. George Washington had emerged victorious over the Whiskey rebels. But he was losing one of his most trusted advisors. Upon returning to Philadelphia, Alexander Hamilton notified the president that he was stepping down. In his 6 years as the nation's first Secretary of the Treasury, the 38-year-old Hamilton had created an economic system for the young nation and breathed new life into the country's finances. With America now enjoying the highest credit rating in Europe of any nation, the little lion of federalism concluded that his work was done.
Being a realist, he takes a look at this and he says, I've got an assumption, I've gotten the Bank of the United States, I've laid down a foundation, and he says, in effect, I've done everything I can do. And he retires to New York and becomes a lawyer.